My goodness, right? The city of Charleston, Illinois, declaring a state of emergency in response to extensive damage in the wake of a huge tornado. Now, across the state of Illinois, officials and emergency crews assessing and responding to downed trees and power lines, debris-covered roads, fallen trees. Folks are encouraged, of course, to avoid unnecessary travel in all of this as well.
Well, the latest update is Fox News multimedia reporter Olivianna Calmes, who is out surveying damage in that part of Illinois. Olivianna, gosh, it's you, and then behind you, an enormous, seemingly never-ending pile of rubble and wood and 2x4s. And I would assume that's just a tiny part of the landscape around you right now.
It is, Michael and Nick. This used to be a small home, and it's now just a pile of shards, kind of like what you were saying, because this is the foundation of this small home. You can see some of the furniture that's either been torn out here or, must have just flown out here. And then even a bicycle here just wrapped around this tree. So the visuals are incredible here because of the intense force of this wind, and a lot of the debris and contents of the home are now completely in the field, so you can see all these people working to help clean that up. There's pieces from across the street, even from another home, that have flown into this field as well, and you can see that trailer back there that's been toppled over. So this is just, like you said, a part of what we are seeing here, and it's been incredible to see the effort and the community pitching in too. You see so many people there working to help clean this up, and that's been the story today with the houses that I've been visiting, the properties as well. I talked to one person at the house across the street about just what he's seeing as far as volunteers, family, friends.
It's crazy how this community comes together and pulls together, and that's the best part of it. Everybody's helping each other, and that we're not just the only place. There's a lot of places that are affected by this tornado in this section. So, in every house you go by, they're full of people helping.
It's true. Every house that we've gone by, there are people outside, bulldozers, people volunteering their time and really all of their equipment too, and their tools to help people. The person that you just heard from, his son lived in a house there that had a lot of damage to it. The whole garage outside had just been ripped off of that foundation, all of the contents of that, Christmas decorations, even multiple cars were turned upside down over there. His son that lived in that house getting married this weekend, so there's a lot on their plate this week as they try to move forward from all of this. And I'll tell you, one jarring thing to see in these situations is just how much gets thrown up into trees. These are big metal pieces that are wrapped around trees, and we've seen a lot of that driving down this way in Effingham County. Just the metal and the wooden shards just everywhere, not to mention these cars that you've seen turned over as well.
Olivianna, just looking at that shot of that metal just twisted and wrapped around the tops of those trees, that really gives you a good impression and indication of how strong those winds were in that tornado. Obviously, this is going to be something that takes not just days and weeks, but perhaps even months to clean up from. Fox News multimedia reporter Olivianna Calmes, thank you so much for that report. We'll, of course, check back in with you in just a bit.
Sure.